Yeah, JP was formed 25 years ago now. We took possession of this site in 2011. It was a former Aggregates quarry operated by Tarmac, and they had left a large void here with a landfill that needed restoration. We were pre-screening material that was coming in for the landfill, carefully selecting what could be reused in 6F5 and Type 1 on a very small scale. The market has increased generally for that kind of material in this area. We therefore wanted to up capacity, and that brought us to the market looking for new equipment that was more efficient and higher capacity. We did a lot of testing in the marketplace. A lot of the competitors' machines were brought in and trials were done on the same material around the same time, so that everybody had a fair crack at getting the order for that machine. The 2100 turned out to be the best machine by some way, which also reflected in the price and the benefit to our business. The machine came in about 25% more expensive, but on the trials we did, on the difficult materials, it was probably 50% more efficient. So the maths works out for itself. Over a 5-year period, the cost per tonne on the 2100 is significantly less than the competitors' offerings. The 2100, because of the aggression and the nature of it, we're finding that it's able to do far more applications on site. Traditionally, it's screening our waste feedstock, which is excavation waste from the local area. What we then find is that we're able to change the decks out on that and use it to screen sand as well. So we're now able to screen rock sand through it. That would normally have required us to set a different machine up. So we're able to multitask this machine. We're also going to use it for making topsoils later in the year as well. Again, we would have hired in normally another machine to do that operation. So the fact that this machine is achieving sort of 350 plus tonne an hour in its traditional role means it gets ahead of itself and frees itself up to do other roles within the quarry. Most of the competition's machines are all geared up to compete with your 1000 or your 1300. So when we were told about the 1150, we were very keen to progress it, thinking it was a machine that would sit between 1000 and a 1300. We were finding actually that the productive capacity of it was nearer to a 1300, and it met all of our needs. We do have some quite fine crusher settings here that are specific to the requirements of the sales force, and we found that it was probably 50 to 75% more efficient than 1000. For me and the way I run this business, everything's about cost per tonne, and we're hoping to see some significant cost per tonne savings, maybe as much as 25%. At the setting it's at the moment, which is around 18 mil, we're seeing around 170 tonne an hour. That throughput is probably double what we used to get out of the 1000 cone. Probably a lot of that came down from the salesman at Blue Machinery. He sort of explained the rationale behind the new machines. He also explained the testing they'd been through, explained to me some of the sites which I knew that the prototypes had been to. Certainly the salesman from Blue Machinery is a very technically knowledgeable guy. He has spent a lot of time with me on this site, so he's able to understand both my needs of the site and to identify what solutions there may be within the power screen range to meet the needs we have.
Our experience and expertise, along with our first-rate after-sales support, enables us to differentiate ourselves from what is an extremely competitive marketplace right now. Working with Power Screen, it was very, very easy, because the guys at Power Screen were fabulous, and from a technical point of view as well. We had some of the engineers come out, our technical engineers come out, and sat down with Steve and myself and had a look at the operation as well, just to go that little bit point further, to throw another spin on it as well, just to double check to make sure that the 1150 was the tool to bring in here to do demonstration on. I mean, I was fairly convinced that it was, like, you know, but PowerScreen was no problems. They were here within a couple of days just to sit down, and we went through exactly what it is they wanted to try and achieve. And from that, then we brought in the 1150, and well, the rest is history. But we done all the production curves and everything else as well. We got the ag flows, we got the, you know, the different testing on the material, and we did that. We sent all that information over to the factory.
We've put high throughput cone into the fleet, and now we're finding that the four-way screen that feeds is struggling to cope a little bit. So probably the next thing to look at will be a new screener. You know, I'm led to believe that PowerScreen may have something up their sleeve, and that can work better with the 1150. So we'll be very interested in demonstrating that.